The Bajaj Pulsar. This name has been around in the market for around 2 decades, but now the brand is here with the new product, with the new engine and really tall mileage claims. But when I talk about mileage, do not confuse this to be another entry-level daily commuter, because this, my friends, they are touting as an entry into the sports segment. Tall claims, but that's what here we are to find out. This is Arshi Rawat and you're watching Exercise. But before we get into the riding position and onto the slushy roads of Pune, let me talk about the design first, which in my opinion looks very inspired from the F250. It has taken up a lot of elements from it, but it still manages to get its own identity. Now, the best part about this bike in terms of its design is that it looks a little like Bumblebee from Transformers, doesn't it? Apart from that, it gets bigger wheels, it gets a bigger chassis, and it gets a semi-digital instrument cluster. It gets really nice stripes all along its body to break the monotony. Otherwise, it gets a very simplistic and minimalistic design, which is a huge hit. It gets an arrow-shaped LED tail light, and the seat is divided into 2 pieces, which is really comfortable for the rider and the pillion. Now that I'm finally warm and dry, I've come to a quiet little place to talk about the most important aspect of this motorcycle, and that is its new engine. It gets a 164.8cc single cylinder engine, and let me flag it off by saying that this, my friends, is according to me the most refined Pulsar engine ever. Most refined Bajaj engine, to be honest. Now the engine is mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox, and the power figures are 16 bhp and 14.9 Nm of torque. But the good part, probably the great part about the N160 is that you don't have to wait a lot for the power, for the 16 horsepower to kick in. It is beautifully distributed throughout the rev band. It revs up really fast and quickly till 4500 RPM. The mid-range is where most of its power lies, but you never feel that it's underpowered or that it's not reacting the way that you wish it to be. Now, suspension duties are taken care of with the help of telescopic forks up front, and they do their job brilliantly. We went through muddy potholes of Pune, and let me tell you, I did not feel any road undulations. It was a brisk run in the city. However, the problem was the turning radius for me. In the city, it seemed to lock very quickly. Now, having said that, one of the strong aspects of the N160 when compared to any other bike in this segment, its competition and as well as its siblings, are its brakes. They work beautifully, and in comparison they are bigger and much better. The Bajaj N160 gets first in its segment feature, and that is the dual channel ABS. Although it needs a little bit of more tuning, and we've been assured by Bajaj that it is something that they will look into. So we hope that the next batch will be perfect in every aspect. So Bajaj has gone with the ideology that don't fix what's not broken. So the N160 is in no way a replacement to the NS160, but just more options for you. It is in every aspect better than its sibling. It is more agile, it is more frugal, it gets more safety, more features, and the base price is 1000 rupees lesser than the NS160, and that makes it a great deal. So that is how it weighs up to its sibling. But what is the N160 in its form? In its true form, it's perfect for the city. It has a very nice low and mid grunge. It has a very, very, very sporty exhaust note, which makes riding it a pleasure. Up on the highway, it handles really beautifully. It weighs up really well, and yet it's quite nimble. Though comparatively, it is heavier than its siblings, but it's because of the added safety and because of the dual channel ABS, so that's acceptable. But the one great thing about this bike is, although it might just not be your entry into the sports segment, but it is feasible for anybody and everybody because it rides very low and it's very accessible. It's nimble, it's fast, and it's just the perfect Pulsar in my opinion. Thank you for watching this video. Do share in your comments what you think about the design, what you think about the power and the figures and the price. And I cannot wait to ride it in much drier and sunnier terrain. And do subscribe to the Express Drive channel.